jump across, and they start to separate behind. Now, again, it's really good for those people up ahead, and Albert just in their here. So now the heat starts a little bit, and they only have about 1 PK to go. Now, the men's side of things, they are leading for about 1 minute now, 1 minute now, for the men's race. And real quickly, everybody, I have it going to right off of that announcement for that men's race, because we do not want this to cut out. It is going to be the vodka spring, not the raspberry spring, for the Zwift, everybody. Zwift Dream, right from the get-go. It is Monument Sprint. Monument Sprint, everybody, for that. Go ahead and battle out for the Zwift Dream Monument Avenue Sprint. So 15 seconds to go. Then, if you're watching, ding, 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 $50 up for grabs and first banner out there today. This gas rebounds in the street. Solid gas prize. Let's then get around.
I know we're watching the men, but Ben Howling and Dave are also off the back of the separate group, just as we get started on the exciting men's race. So got back in for a second.
Well, I am seeing here that in the race, the fast are going again, and this time this was the first race, and I was talking about how she was going to be able to be one of the guys to watch out for. I think on a Zwift level, she is a very astute. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to fit in and use the track. We've seen her actually be Japanese, not very simply the traffic situation. So I was going to be able to watch out for her. She's taken her over in the final of a lot of races and able to use her fatigue resistance in that high-end track, which are they pretty much going to take down today.
I love it. I love that Gabby pulled that line and really just let the dude get on her wheel. That was just good.
On the next race, we'll see what's happening here. They are kicking off pretty strongly. It is going to be next to everybody's store that is on the front right from the vehicle. And that is going to be our friend Barney, perhaps. It does have his usual, yes, it is going to be his Barney, usual hat going on here. I absolutely love it whenever he throws that down. Big Barney here now, off the front a little bit. Look, try and grab that $50 hat out of his half. John has something to say about that. Always somebody that wants to throw down and just bring it in back. He didn't even take down almost every sprint so far that we've seen him. So I was feeling that he's going to be taking down with the board. That can already see a little bit of Richmond happening in this place because of this mountain that happened sprint.
James Barnes was my vote last week, and the lake net was a little bit too much for him, but he's got it in him to be a competitor in this race. I think Nadal probably has a little bit of he really likes winning this race, so not going to let it go, and unfortunately you're dragging the whole pack back with them. So I guess it's a different mentality on the men's side than the women's side. They don't want to give up $50 or $100.
Yeah, and then you can see a little bit off like again. James Barnes now has the battery, so maybe look at take down that big cat here. And Laverick now up in the 1.5 per second. 7, 8 watts still turning for a moment. Now it's going to be Harvey Young coming forward to the top as well. This is going to be just over and over again. Look to try and see if they can make what happens. That's the old canoe. That looks like a real those farm water. Farm water now is one that's really making up over here. We go away. Okay, here's the one that wants us to try and make something happen here. That's Booker. Now, on the front end, look at to be the one who takes this down with the pure Watson. That is quite here. Still watts. That's what I'm going to tap into the funnel. Keep baking. There's a master that's going to be the one watch out from the long way to out. It's down now, right on the wheel. It looks like here. It's going to be the down. Trying to hold on to that as well. But we'll just make that happen up around the corner. Farm watch now as well. Big kick coming in from him. And that might be the first watch out from him. As in that national championship jersey, farm watch to the front. No yards or now sitting in. Might have been stopped at the back. Look there. Tucker, I think, just going to be the lead-out man, perhaps. And now, the line, the jowl, yep, nope, there's the jowl, there it is, there's the coming from the jowl. All right, the line, past 30, brings the jowl, 30, brings the jowl, but I think it's in, it's going to follow the third, he throws it down, the kick is coming from again. The North is able to pull one off. Well done. As he makes his way across the line, that's $50 in the pocket. Thank you, cash for it. Throwing that down and making it happen today. These riders on that line have now we have a whole lot going on. The cash after the cash looks like they can stand together. Now the way it's done is there versus the rest of that action. This is at this point because then if Gabby goes up the front, then Milla's got to chase and Nina's going to chase, and that gives Rudy a chance to fit in. And I think that tactically makes a lot of sense right now. They already guaranteed that they're going to be top 5. Now Gabby going up front gives Merle a chance. Yeah, I think that's just going to give up one weakness factor at this point. That's all he does Coachman and Oliver. They're not on the team together. Now, 34 seconds back to the guys. Right? So now is in no movement. And he's on her own on the stage here. Looking for a top 5 situation. They're able to try and break the field. Chase some run back down that might be the fall off as well. It's not overtrying. Yeah, he's going to put this in the situation. From the pass. The master race. Gallego ended up in the field for second place. And in the field for Harris also for second place. So, will he still do this with his most likely Garrett chase the press on the front? And Garrett continue to hold this gap up. And because of the passes, are they going to see a lot of passes, perhaps? So, because the point is, Albert might be following. That's a lot of mastery where he's trying to break things here. Definitely is. I do think that Gabby probably has the biggest match book of them. I think Elise Gallego also has a big match book, but she's not in this group anymore. So I haven't watched Milla race enough to know how quickly she can recover. Because that's something that I had actually identified as something I would love to be able to see about riders. You know, how long does it take them to get from near death to active ready to go, and Gabby can do it quite well. And I don't know about Cushman, and I don't know about Camilla. So it would be fascinating to see 23rd Street specifically. But I'm not worried about Elise because she is a GP'er, so all by herself she can maintain that stance. She knows how to dial it back to one notch. She knows how to use those little downhill. She's not a tiny rider, so it's not as big a drag on her to maintain, 42, 43 kilometers per hour by herself. We are about to have another situation. Out here, probably most likely we like to come back off the track. We're going to get the rain and open a lot of times, like races, and we do have some of right? It's just trying to break things apart. Non-stop nature. And with the place you start jumping as well. Car wash, texture, shift from more is there, the rider well, silver north now gets 100 and 4.5 watts. So the one was just trying to cover the over under the pressure here at this point. For our man King Fucker, what is the challenge? Because the reality is that I don't think that he wants it to be racing. The third thing is I think that he wants it to be one of the hardest racing in the last stage.
Yeah, I think one thing I'm surprised at the women's side, they didn't push that gap between the Libby Hill and the 23rd Street, and I think that is the move that I'd like to see Hayden go for on this one. It's not really about, it's about how fast you can go for Libby Hill, but then how fast can you go through the 23rd Street. So it's that 1-2 punch, and the job's hard to predict because he does just read the draft really well. So I think he might be able to stay with a move like that. You saw in the sprint that he got behind there, just kind of like held on for a minute and then went again. They used that graph to get like a rest instead of using. That's dangerous when it comes to Libby Hill and 23rd Street. He's going to be able to he has like, active intelligence. He can read the room quickly, but I do like Hayden's ability fight. He was a fighter, fight third.
But really, I don't know about that.
This is Taekwondo.
You're right, it was a Taekwondo. 100%. I was thinking like, like something like for,
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it is a ring kind of, right?
Right. So, well, take a look here back with the ladies as they make their way around the course. And, all compatible again at this point. So, in the sense that nobody, all that is kind of as the coach is sitting at the front. And everybody kind of done it. Looks like he's trying to ramp up. Bottom attack, now it's just with the push the front back up. 5.4, 5.6, yeah, that's pretty big up and don't start right up to 160. Learn down cover quickly. After a while, just speed off the front. About to make it up from the top of the here we go. Start off with the three. Now, both the wheel point. There's Garrett. This is that second gear. All first. He's that fourth wheel. All the way over the top of half. Now, 26 out. Second time over top of the about 23rd one, like, that right way to bring 4.1. Watch, look at it. This is like a 160. So, here's watch the field. But again, I don't think it puts too much pressure on the other lady. And get at the front. I think we're waiting for get past that Benny that's coming up here. Talk a little bit about that. What is the point going on this pretty hill?
So I think once you hit the cobblestone, the rolling resistance slows you down a little bit, and it's really around this corner that you need to go. So it's not right when you hit the cobble, it's right after the cobble slows you down that you really need to attack. And he's hoisting it off the back there. He was at a 1 minute power, and he used the cobble, and I didn't think he was going to be able to stay with it as they hit that harder point, both because Gabby and Merlin have like close to an 8 watt per kilo ability on the 1 minute power. That's just a watt per kilo higher, obviously. And to see this bit of it, if they can get those numbers, then the equipment is going to get a little bit better. So it'll be interesting to see if she can claw back in 23rd Street, but she really needs a big push right here, and I don't think she got it.
Over the top of it, we're just slowing the roof. Just on the not pushing it over the top rope. This is be able to try and carry the under might be distracted at this point. Here is looking here first. Oliver really trying to hang on to it. Just crawling around way back to the field. Everything might be able to make this happen. And we're going to be getting here now. A little bit rapid. Right before we're able to bring things to this place here on the race. Now, back over in the main bench race. Real quick here. They're making all kinds of action going on. It's a tough race cover across both of them. Real quick, so this is going to be for the Christine and right here through the line and Christine is green for pits out on and there's the finish hill with the Stevens out. This is going to be and Sam is trying to hang on. I got it, I think. Makes the move early on. Nobody really covered it. Both of the teams. Maybe no drinks. Maybe by somebody who's able to save the risk. They're trying to bring it back. Head back and take it down.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked that more red numbers into that problem. Nobody wanted to go early. I guess there was a little bit of that group thing that we saw on the women's side. Well, they just let them get away with it.
Nicely done. Kevin going over the top. Wow, look at that tempo. With a solid effort over the top. That was some good timing from the tempo. Really took that second place. Third place as well. With some precision. And we're there prior to that. But that's backers with $50 in the pocket. Talk to Joe. We let you do the head backers fine. It's the better of everybody else. With those moves he likes to make. Nicely done there by. And this way we go back across the finish here. Between them and watching the here. Might be better here than and looks like you can get an idea of exactly where the ball is. Now 5 seconds on the run. Really cool to hang on going. Here coming in there. Here now, he's watching the side. The line. They come early. Rudy is going to be able to move off. Yeah, this is going to be but Oliver has something to say about that. How to say that how to predict we need more second place. Coming back, looking for the stuff.
I mean, I think she's going to do it just like my predictions. I'm a little shocked to be able to yo-yo this much between first and dropping off the back, but it's amazing. I'm still going to go with Andy for this time. If it wasn't down to sprint, I would stay with my Oliver prediction, but having got some afterburners, anybody can think.
Out to a very early move. It's all in. Here's the point. Done by Karen, and she's got 2 seconds now. Over the rest of the pack. Rudy trying to bring it back, but 6 seconds now at this point. Rudy still shaky, but Albert now just sitting on the wheel. This looks like he'll be all the way to the line. 340 seconds. Karen's going to be able to hang on. It looks like he's going to be Rudy and Albert still line, but looks like Rudy's going to be able to get the better. Perhaps to Albert, but Albert did not. Karen take this down. Nicely done by Jeff. As he takes it across the line, but Will Rudy feels to throw this down for that second place. He hangs on to 1 second. 1 second. Karen across the line. Rudy with a brutal. Oh my gosh, he's going to hang on just barely does. Point thing if he looking for that 4th place. Definitely you're not 1, 2, 3. Albert for second, for 3rd. Rudy for second. Nicely done by her. Points to come across the board. Here's Diane out nose ran for both of it. She's going to hold on for 5th. As Liv Allen is holding on for 6th. Looks like Leopard for 30th. Rachel Brown first. Aaron behind. This was in the backfield. It looks like with that move, he's so through behind here at this point. So we'll get back into this in just a second. I think the third will ramp up even more with this group at Alvarado. Now, this is interesting. In Alvarado, making a move. I'm a little surprised because I just know that Alvarado here is one that's trying to get away
like, and I like that they're working together. They really seem to, they're potato reunion, what I heard it last time, and I do like how they definitely have the team captain in mind, just like the road team on the women's side. Having teams together in a group, especially if you're off the front in a smaller group, just really makes it easier to play around. And Nair's in there too, right?
Yeah, that is. And that is, like you want Norm in here as well. That's great, but watch out for Norm. Always somebody who's got a good vision on. Likes to break those situations. Likes to make those kind of moves. Down how he's on that good UCI. The farm walk through. But the gal and Maverick here looks to make this same move.
This is what, four in the front, Maverick chasing. Too strung out. I feel like this will come back together easily. And if I was the mosquitoes, this is like, I'd be counting jerseys and saying, okay, we can push right now. Like, it doesn't matter that you're wasting lots a little bit. If they can get a gap, if you see a gap, and it's gonna be the race. The race is gonna be over, meaning you can just maintain that group. But they really have to split it 1 second, 2 seconds on these flats, and then just wrap it in and continue to close.
Yeah, I mean, effort are danger at this point. Dominant. That this starts to come across, and I expect the doctor wants even to the field. Doesn't get the space on my head. He's got the down up there. He didn't want to break anybody that's what's going on here. Again, once their team is about it, they just like to make moves like this, try to separate the race. They want to win this outright. They want to get the other, just like you saw last time with the Italians.
In the first race, they were definitely able to do that really out faster. And maybe they just need a longer, harder effort in order to work their magic. Last week, they weren't able to do it on his first race, or 2 weeks ago. So maybe the combination of Living Hill and 23rd Street is enough to give them some separation on the field. But it does look like, at this point, they've got a gap. This is a good gap for them.
Yeah, about 4 seconds back to the whole side. There's a couple of times bringing it back. Doesn't look like it's going to be happening here at this point. Looking at the main rider, still not north. Maybe where did he fall back? It's north here. Yeah, north. Yeah, there's no north on the forward here. But Don and Thor right as well. Able to make this as well. Just now up the top. Farm walk in here as well. So the pressure is on, as you can see. A little bit of looking around, a little bit more than Richmond was looking at serious effort now between the rest of these riders at this point. Up and on the saddle, just trying to continue this on to hold on to the downfield. The down now pressed on 641 with the double jersey. Looks like they're at this point going now. That's what's going to it's going to come right to the floor to the top. Johnson is up for a moment. 2 watts per kilogram, and now is he going to go to the back? Kumo now comes across as well. Great to see the winner. Kumo is connected. And now we've got a whole different situation because they brought something back. We've got 9 riders. Well, that's 20 seconds back now, as you can see. So, this is a totally different situation. I think they did see that the few riders were able to bring things back together. So, a little bit straighten out, a little bit of looking at each other again. They thought the race was going to happen. Now everybody kind of reset. And as a fact, you're sitting at 4.6. Bob Watts now continuing on into Rubendine Field, not now pressed on.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Steve Potatoes, I would try to create a break where Beansville was not able to follow. You've got 3 in here. You've got 2 road Beansville. So, road Beansville sitting in 3rd, Steve Potatoes sitting in 2nd in the team standing. Not so far apart, but 4 points apart. worried about Davis, worried about Yelton.
Yeah, that's how I can say it. But, yeah. One side I really do hear about Leonard Google is that Ron Metal is in the herd. This is a rider who likes nutrition. He's a rider who likes it when the road gets difficult. And we've not seen him on the front very much. I end up seeing the Leonard Google sitting around here a little bit, cover the back end of the floor.
And he's a solo actor, so he's a little bit of a chaos one, as well as Hayden, right? Hayden's riding stuff artist. And solo actors have like an interesting role to play in these races, and I like the dynamic of having team tactics and individual tactics coming together.
Right on down, but Lauren now here we go. Maybe that's something to see a little bit of change coming from behind, although this one is very useful. It could be a situation where a rider like Johan knows that when they come from the top of the climb, they may not be able to hang on. So let's make this simple now. He needs to get the split. Now we can see Farm Watch making it another move. Here goes Pucker up over the top. Pucker now really starting to press that base. For the 17, watch those jewels now follow very closely as it is going to be far one. Lane is down. Doran trying to cover. Got one. Yeah, run. Leave it. Cover quick.
Yeah, I think they're looking for that rally car action. Like you get the speed super high as you hit the downhill, and then the added momentum of negative grade is looking after. I think that the new draft dynamics make that a little harder. You have to push a little harder in order to get separation in the first place, especially from a downhill or uphill. So the higher the grade, the more impact it has. But it's a little harder to make that move. But it's right about here. It's just about this downhill.
Only right on down to the right here with this little bit of this range. As you can say, this is the section of course where they probably feel stuff down a little bit. Downhill are the new uphills, we like to say sometimes. Sometimes you get people start with the canyon. I mean, we just had the graph here, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I love attacking where it doesn't necessarily, it's not predictable. So I love that element of it. And downhills are just a place that especially if you have habitat. Like if you've got a little extra
shut down the system. Now the field cross. They don't quite have contact yet. We're at the front driving this. There's a big flip, but then you still have the effort to do so. They can just barely grab back on. It was touch and go for a moment there, but now it's all back together. I am so surprised how Maverick watch out. He's hurting. John calls the top of the top. Up over the top. I love this move. They see this from up the gun with the move here. They can still John goes up over the top with the speed. Yelly's right on it as well. Covers and kills. Being exposed with numbers. Cover and kill from Harvey Yelly. They got his gas over and over again. If they can work with it, they can do something with him. Is Black going to make another move? Is there anything in this? Left from the rest of the riders. And Maverick goes up to the top.
Yeah. He looks pretty comfortable. His heart rate's not too high. He's sitting in so far. So this is a good position for him to be in as it goes into. Look, and there he goes. I was going to say, it's a good position for him to sit in the front couple going into the KOS, but maybe that was not his intention. I feel like you should have like a conversation with the riders immediately after and be like, was that on purpose?
No, that's so fun. 5.8 watts per kilogram. John has that. John now 4.6. Is Maverick now 17 on the fast. 13 now back to the 30 fast power. To take it out of the fast road. But looks like power here does today. 13 now unable to make this any longer. It looks like he's been brought back in. And farm watts now down 2.9 watts per kilogram. 3.8 now also right on down. And I have a feeling that's not right now. It's got power, but I think Scott might be done today. I wonder what happened there. And,
Power.
And we're going to keep on getting Johnson. I think he's acting in that fucking out. He's making his way to the front. But we're also looking at what is he on this move? The front time of everyone is going to wait for move up the hill. No one wants to be the person who takes out to an uphill grind. People will be last bump on the day today to try and win this one outright. Not really get moved today. And that will the gal that he takes this down. John going from him in the sprint is race number 1 of the series. Or maybe number 2 jumping in today. And there are a lot of discovery. I have a feeling Lucas had a lot of match that you know.
I don't know. I also think Hayden is still in it. He was my choice, so I'm going to go with him. I really think that I love the dynamic of having 3 of a team because they can just do whatever they want, and they know they have the numbers to have someone cover. You know, like someone needs to push hard and then recover, and then you have someone who go into the second spot position. It's kind of a win-win for them. They can have someone hold the line here if they want to go to the cobblestone. So they don't have to do it all. Here's the situation. In that
the bronze medalist still have something left in the tank. He'd like to see them do a final move, and as I'm doing this, still a couple of match to burn for something with maybe any kind of move.
It looks like they're suffering when you look at their heart rate. But the crazy thing is this race is not that long, and there is a lot of chill period in those sand flats, but the hills are just so intense that it sucks the energy right out of you.
Quickly, the fabric did fall off the back. Just folks are suffering in wheels here for that. Nice job, man. Making your way through this front runners for top 10. The fabric off the back now. He's going to have to fight the straps from the table. It is going to be back to the 23rd Street. Here comes the down with a full gas effort. Ends up with a 790 watts. Watts is a John trying to hit on as well. Nice job from the in, but points to the down. Really wins the hit. Now he's going to see the spin on the edge. Peter might be this over. Farmwatch trying to hit on, but here comes Paul Thirsty. Thirsty with the move over the top. That's what we're looking for. Is what will be that move that puts the nail in the coffee in Paul. With the move on the front. John now 1 second back. He's got to keep the tail face the move.
And I would say that they're away, but what we saw on the women's side was Richmond, and he was able to just yo-yo and really close gaps up for 5-6 seconds, so I don't think it's done yet.
Absolutely great. Farmwatch there, fucking up. Didn't make anything about the feel back here. Not making any kind of difference. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the team. Farmwatch to take out 30 in the month with John at the front. So they're on the front to the 1 second gap. Still making left. Big question. John here. 4, 4, 5, 5 up in front of this. That's got some question. Google exactly on the back. I thought perhaps to have some more magic in this, but he's second back here at this point. As you can see, now up and up down the speed, Mr. Hayden Hunter looking for that final climb.
So Soba's actually is now closed and coming through, and his heart rate looks like he's ready to go. He's only at 166, so 68. He's got room to go. But Farmwatch has that total mass.
I don't know, it's like right to be a big question mark about whether or not look at the top, has a wheel, just drive the wheel, don't have anything left here at this point. What is this large? What is this all about? Until there's one here comes back out, it is going to be the routine. It takes this time and time again, and perhaps that City Hall goal specifically for this moment. It could be all about for the win. Sacrifice City Hill, $50 to go for it. Step off the hill, they're getting over the top. Gunner Street, I think this is over.
Thirsty was actually trying to block a little bit there and thought to go down to 6 watt per kilo and just try to prevent Coyle from following that move by Najal, which I'd love to see that.
I mean, at this point, I don't think that anybody knows anything about this. This is going to be everything for the win. He's got 6 seconds over the top. It's like he's in another universe this time. Now he's going to be Don trying to make a kick go on to this shit. He's not going to do it anymore at this point because it's proven it's not going to be changing his teammate. He's going to wait for a kick. Now it's going to be up from behind here. He's got a gap. 6.4 watts of curve, but here's our Paul Thirsty. Oh my God, he's going to come right down to it. It's only a few hundred meters, but it isn't going to be easy down. The down takes this one have those up and towards the top 10. And go ahead and move right on. Definitely going to take them at the top 4 first place, followed by Bourbon. Auburn in first place. Down to that solid 1. As we should have put out there, third. Followed up by the Sarasota, and Armstrong. That is so for your top 10. Across over the men, this night, you'll start getting some more of the men coming on in here. That coming across the hill was low and big sprint to the line and finish the top 20 actually as they just came on through. Nicely done by there. And I think my man Cunningham is our racer director actually. In the new place to the line, which you pull off. We'll go ahead and call it a big thing, name, and crew. From the speed start, they have a Temple Royal Max Well, Daniel Blanco is there for the passenger. Also, coming to line, and just ahead of him, that is for the top 25. And Rondo on the beat start with that start hit. Look to try and shoot up ahead of something. He's going to make this happen. Just ahead of the Rondo. Really solid rider. I think the effort we got in that catch is awesome. 4.9 watts. We're going to see control out towards the 5 among big hitters. I'm not sure this rider is that you have for your regular maybe here and be able to get away with L'Oreal. Temple L'Oreal at one across the line for 27. We'll call out the top 30 of these. Alvarado is here as well. I think you look at the sprint and maybe I think Alvarado is battling out actually with Cunningham with the lead here as our man Alvarado coming out of the saddle. Big kick from him. The Chilean will Cunningham be able to get him? I'm not sure Cunningham's going to do it. And Alvarado first you can see Cunningham, our man, not going to be able to pull it off. It looks like here as we have come on, Steve. Go and get him. Comes across the line. Goes out. Alvarado brings Cunningham, busts the field. And let's say we together. Then I'll have to see what he's done here with and the entire thing starts. So let's take a quick look. I do believe we're going to have beyond that top 10 here at this point. 4 results. And they should say it looks like we've got top 8 still. See if we get an update on that. And John, thank you so much, John, as well, for coming on and thanks for us tonight. I think really down there for second. Followed by Chris Alpisa. Nice one for those people there. Then here's where the more handled at the top. 9 seconds back for that sprint. So the down the big will take it down over the top of Governor Street by about 9 seconds. Nice the farm was just off the podium. Unable to hang on to that jacket. In for 5th wheel on home, followed by Pulsar. And then our Shout, that is your top 8 so far. And that's going to be it from us here. That comes to the last final thought on the day today. The day, not day, the day today. As last day on the day.
I'm sad that we lost Dave on the day, but I was happy to be able to talk more because I enjoyed talking about team. I wish that I was able to reinforce that they were actually doing it intentionally, but I did love to see the road team move and love what Gabby did to break that first in the second lap. And I love to watch the team do a similar thing on the men's side. So that's really where I find it interesting. I find it laudable very admirable to see work together and make things happen. So, and also, I'm really crap sniping the line, even though we're
Those ones definitely is very dry. They can have non-stop attacks, top level rating. I really appreciate everything. Well, everybody, definitely is from us here for this race number 3. We appreciate everybody stopping in this full broadcast. We'll be back at the beginning of next week for race number 4. It's on the London Interval GW4.com. If you want to jump on in, 3 laps of the grass race.
So that's very much. I can already plan to go eventually to gas that telephone so that I'm not I have to the lunch. I don't know if you know but sign on we've got everything multi-category and as well as what was known as the Richmond. All expensive.
So make sure to head over to sports.com and we will see just a week forward to proceed to what the finale with race number 4.
You know, people will say, but everybody knows that one is more on the whole.
So we'll get the one up for those. Again,
But this has changed the house.
sports.com for all that information and here is somebody to this so it's right on.
All matter more now than they used to. Everybody was always used to complain about, and you see it, you know, when you're doing a kids race, and you've got this, if you're doing the golf show, it's not people like taking 30 kilos off their weight. It's people that have SPs of 500 watts that are winning. Like that's the thing, isn't it? Like it always, like if we go back 3 or 4 years ago, there were weight people were just like 20 kilos less than they actually were. But now it's everyone affects on the what? And they weigh like 8 pounds and stuff. They all weigh like 8 kilos. It's not like they're sticking to their weight. It's not funny. Like well, that's it's a bit tough, but every time I go, like, coming towards the end of the effort, my heart rate dips. Like, it's rising, and then the last, like, 2 minutes of the effort, or the last minute or 30 seconds, the way it drops off. I assume it's something to do with, like, gripping tightly on the bars or something. But, I do